Coming up, the UTRGV School of Medicine receives a $200,000 grant for cancer research. Details ahead.
Plus, the story of a UTRGV student whose car was vandalized at an off-campus apartment complex.
And a new mentoring program for the Career Center of the university. Kvaq-Tv starts now. Hey vaqueros, welcome back. This is the third fall edition of Kvaq-Tv. I'm Tristan Cortez.
And I'm Julia Guerrero. Today is Monday, September 11th, and at the top of the newscast.
The UTRGV School of Medicine's South Texas Center of Excellence in Cancer Research received a $200,000 grant to further advance pancreatic cancer research.
Andrea, what else can you tell us about this?
According to an oncologist, it is estimated that 65,000 to 70,000 people will develop pancreatic cancer, while 50,000 to 60,000 will die from it in the next 5 years. Though pancreatic cancer is less common, researchers say it is the deadliest disease. The grant awarded by the Cancer Prevention and Research Institute will help investigate the causes and treatments of pancreatic cancer while facilitating research on health and disease in underrepresented populations, according to a UTRGV press release. Assistant Professor of the Department of Medicine and Oncology Integrated Service Unit and Principal Investigator of the CPRIT Award, Dr. Bilal bin Hafiz, says this grant will help transform their bench-side research to clinical trials. This change means they will test their laboratory results with animal models. His research focuses on identifying new molecular targets in solid tumors so these can be used for prevention and treatment in pancreatic cancer.
And there are two aspects my lab is working on. One is cancer biology, and we are also developing the new therapy. So what is happening in cancer cells, they have the high demand of protein synthesis. And this process is known as ribosome biogenesis. And this process is deregulated in most of the tumor type, and we are exploring this area in terms of pancreatic cancer.
Clinical Chair for the Cancer Center Service Line and Director for the Department of Internal Medicine, Dr. Everardo Cobos, says one of the dilemmas of this type of cancer is that there is no early detection. Pancreatic cancer is also silent, while it spreads throughout the body, leading to metastasis. In the next 5 years, the survival rate for pancreatic cancer will be about 10 to 12%.
It's one of those cancers where the need for research is very broad, from the beginning of how to detect it to at the end, when it's very advanced, how to treat it.
About 8 cancer research specialists and their teams will be working to find answers, giving undergraduate students the opportunity to learn and do cancer research. A postdoctoral fellow working with Dr. Hafiz, Mudassir Ahmad, says they have positive results and will publish them in the next few months.
And we have found a novel way of specifically killing the pancreatic cancer cells.
The grant will help with the entire learning spectrum on pancreatic research. This is a pilot project with an objective to generate preliminary data so the UTRGV Research Center can obtain more funding and expand their investigation. Live from the office, Andrea Flores.
The UT System Board of Regents approved a plan to freeze tuition and mandatory fees for the next 2 years. For fiscal year 2023, UTRGV collected about $2.8 million in tuition and student fees. University Marketing and Communications Vice President Patrick Gonzalez says the tuition freeze will not precisely affect UTRGV gross total income. The gross tuition income funds the quality of education, faculty salaries, campus facilities, and student services.
UTRGV has a plan in place called guaranteed tuition rate. So let's speak theoretically. If a freshman came in this year, that freshman will pay the same amount of tuition and mandatory academic fees. That will be guaranteed for the next 4 years. If they can graduate in 4 years, they'll pay that rate no matter what. So let's say their junior year, we raise up tuition and mandatory academic fees. They won't have to pay the increase because they are protected by our guaranteed tuition program.
The last time UTRGV had an increase in tuition and fees was in the 2021-2022 academic year. A case of vehicle vandalism happened at the Grande Apartments last week, leading to a petition for greater security measures and camera installations.
Housing for the first time can be an exciting opportunity for students. But for one student staying at the Grande Apartments off campus, The experience has been turned upside down.
When I went and discovered my car, I was shocked. I'm pretty sure anyone in my position would be like, what's happened?
Social work junior Tashana Lee began residency at the Grande Apartments this fall semester. On the morning of August 26, after staying in the night before decorating her room, Lee went outside and discovered footprints on top of her car and a cracked windshield. Lee says the general manager of the Grande Apartments, Ashley Mora, told her that there was a party occurring the night of the incident, and multiple noise complaints were received.
To my surprise, there is an on-site officer, and he was on shift that night making rounds. And even though he was there and present, something like this was still able to happen, and no answers is able to be provided to me.
After speaking with an officer from the Edinburgh Police Department to file a report, Lee created flyers, posts on UTRGV student Facebook group, and a petition on change.org advocating for the implementation of security cameras in the Grande parking lot. Lee says she praises the efforts of the UTRGV community, who have shared the support and currently amassed over 300 signatures on the petition. The Grande Apartments released a statement, saying, "We are working with law enforcement as they investigate the matter, and are receiving extra patrolling from the Edinburgh Police Department." Despite speaking to file a report with Edinburgh PD, Lee says no report has been submitted by the officer. For residents of the Grande Apartments, all future gatherings of 5 or more are now subject to a party request form. The apartments are also offering a reward of 1 month free installment credit for any information regarding on-site criminal activity leading to an arrest.
After the break, we learn more about a new program offering guidance to UTRGV students.
Hi vaqueros, this is Kvaq-Tv.
The Career Center will offer a new mentoring program to UTRGV students seeking guidance with their career paths.
The center will use Vaquero Connect, a platform designed to connect the UTRGV community through networking, to launch the Career Mentoring Program on September 13th. The Career Mentoring Program will connect students with alumni who will serve as mentors whose professional experience is related to the student's educational field of interest. According to the program specialist for career engagement, Damian Ramirez, the program is not just for undergraduate students, but graduates and doctoral students as well.
So there's still, value when it comes to a graduate student joining, a doctoral student joining, because at the end, these alumni or, these friends of the community actually are on the field already.
Ramirez says, as a mentor, you gain coaching skills and are able to share your knowledge, successes, and mistakes. This will help students learn the do's and don'ts in their field of interests. Director for the Career Center, Kamara Jackson, says alumni have great experiences to bring to the table as mentors for the program.
A lot of them are first generation, and so there is this common denominator they're able to kind of speak to from a very personal space when communicating with students, and they do have the degrees and experiences that allow them to be very effective listeners, and most importantly, being able to be compassionate and understand that sometimes those barriers keep students from moving forward.
According to Ramirez, the program has more than 200 users signed up as of September 5th, including students, alumni, friends of the community, staff, and faculty. The semester-long program will take place from September to December with once-a-month meetings between mentors and students. To find out more information about the Career Center or sign up for the mentoring program, visit the Vaquero Connect platform through the UTRGV Career Center webpage at utrgv.edu/Career Center.
The Rio Grande Valley is not known for its game development. One group, however, is trying to change that. The VIA Game Devs are a student organization at UTRGV who meet every Thursday to discuss game development and help any budding students in the industry. The VIA Game Devs' main mission to promote and empower game development in the Rio Grande Valley. They do this with their workshops, showcasing development software such as Unity, and getting speakers to present their experiences in the industry. President of the VIA Game Devs, Donato Clemente, takes this mission to heart.
The reason I wanted to become president of VIA Game Devs was to be able to foster growth in the organization and be able to lead it to be self-sufficient for the future. Just drive forward growth for game development here at UTRGV.
The next meeting will be held next Thursday, September 21st, with many more on the way. For more information on the workshops, you can contact them on V-Link.
And that's a wrap for us today. Make sure to watch us Monday through Friday on VCast monitors and social media.
Before we end the newscast, Kvaq-Tv would like to take the time to remember those who lost their lives in the 9/11 attack.
For Kvaq-Tv, I'm Julia Guerrero.
And I am Tristan Cortez. Have a great week, vaqueros.